Hey everybody, it's Christine, up today using the Make It Merry collection from Simple Stories, which is a very traditional, classic feeling collection with lots of fun patterns and, of course, as always with Simple Stories, fun embellishments. So you can see I already framed out my picture and then I'm cutting out a circle. So all month long I'm working with one sketch that comes from the scrap room and it has a circle in the base. And so I love working with circles. I always find it just makes it really easy to start a layout when there's a circle involved. And so that is what I'm continuing with. I've only put up one video so far of it, but I do have several more that I have made that will be coming up the pipe this month. So I am going to use this black and white speckled background paper, and then I've got my circle, and then the sketch calls for a big banner piece down the middle behind the circle. I'm not going to do a banner, but I am going to do that big strip of red. And then I'm going to layer my picture on top of it. Now from here, I don't stay very true to the sketch, but the basic elements of it are there. Which, you watch me, if you watch me regularly, you know that's just kind of the thing. Sometimes I'm super close to it, other times I'm not. So the next thing I'm going to do is pull out the 6x8 paper pad. And what I'm looking for first is if there's anything good in the big sheets to use as a title. I always like to look at that because I don't think that's something that people consider a lot. And I think those are one of the best places to start because your title for me has to be big and bold. And so if you're working from a 6x8 paper, you've got big and bold going on. So the other, if you don't have something somewhere else in the kit or in the collection that you want to use, or you want to make it a little more specific instead of just saying, Merry Christmas. You want to do something a little more specific. That is a good jumping off place. I definitely recommend, when you can, grabbing the 6x8 paper kit to go with it. So now I had laid everything out. Now I'm actually going to put it together. And you can see I cut out that big sheet from the 6x8 paper pad, and you're going to see here in just a minute how I incorporate it to my layout. Now that frame that I'm using has like a really light aqua blue color on it. Super pretty, kind of unique for Christmas, but not totally. I mean, it's kind of like that snowy color that we think of, we always think of snow with the white and the super light blue. It coordinates nicely with that. So you can see now I'm tucking this 6x8 paper underneath my frame. So I have Laugh and Play at the top and Jingle All the Way at the bottom. And so I had to trim that down just a little bit because otherwise it was going to take up the whole page and I didn't like that design wise. So I just cut off the top and cut off the bottom, and I really like how it works then doing it that way. A couple other things that I like about this and the overall sketch design is that I could walk away like right now and be done. I've got a good big title. I've got that chipboard on there, so I've got dimension. I've got various patterns going on, lots of color. So really anything else that you add, if you don't have time, is just icing on it. So I am going to add more because I have the ability and the time to add more. So I decided, since the frame has that aqua blue in it and it has a poinsettia outlined in that blue, I am going to carry that out. So I am pulling all the poinsettias with the aqua blue outline that I can find in this collection and using it to build a cluster of those going across the layout there to the right of the frame. I am mixing embellishments from the whole kit and caboodle of what Simple Stories has to collect, or Simple Stories has to offer in the collection, from stickers to bits and pieces to journaling pieces to page pieces to chipboard. I'm trying all of them to see what will work best there because this really is going to be my primary embellishing. I'm not going to do a whole lot more beyond that. So I do want to bring it over to the left side just a little bit. And so I'm playing with seeing how that will work because I don't want it to get hidden so much underneath the frame that I lose it. So I'm going to overlap it over the edge just a little bit. And you can see I trimmed it off there just to make it look a little more natural. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to play with some final touches. I'm going to pull some of the ornament stickers and tuck those underneath the frame so that they look like they're hanging from the frame, further highlighting the bottom part of the page and the title. And I'm going to add some enamel dots. So right now you see them outlining that green circle. They're not going to stay there. It just looks a little too uniform for what I've got going on at this point. So I'm going to use both shades of the green that come with this collection and just kind of scatter those in a diagonal direction from the bottom left of the layout up to the right side. And you can see that in the final picture. I'm also going to add a little spot for journaling, and I will add that in. So this is the annual picture of my kids in their Christmas pajamas in front of the tree. I think I make this layout every year. I should make a compilation video for you of all my Christmas pajama videos. That would also help me figure out if there's any years that I have missed. But you can see it's come together really nicely to be a great and classic Christmas layout. Thanks so much for stopping by today. We'll see you again next time.